Eric, this is not a traditional tasting room. I know we had that option, but I got to tell you, I'm sure glad we chose this option.
Yeah, this is giving you a real sense for what's going on below us.
The terraces look even steeper from this angle.
It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, if I notice the soil on that furthest vineyard is that sort of dark chalky, or not chalky, dark sort of clay orange, and then down here it's much lighter, it's like a white.
Yeah, so that's called basalt, the red soil.
Mm-hmm.
It's volcanic, derivative of the lava itself when Mount Veeder was an active volcano. And then down here is the more of the white soil that we saw when we were in the other part of the vineyard. The grapes that we grow there don't taste anything like the grapes that grow in the white soil.
That's incredible.
It's fun. It's like 35, 40 vineyards in one because of the altitude and the different little nooks and crannies.
And I've talked to winemakers about this before. I mean, in that kind of situation, when you're picking the grapes, you're dividing everything up into little sublots, and you don't mix it up, so you know, okay, that's 14A, 14B, 17D. I mean, you have to have everything kind of cordoned off and separated so you know what you're getting, right?
That's certainly my approach to it. Not everyone would approach it that way, but we do everything the hardest way we possibly could imagine.
Well, let's sit down and try some of the fruits of your labor, as it were. I can't help but think that the grape pickers have pretty strong legs as I look down that hill.
11 guys been working here full time. Most of them been here as long as I have.
Right.
So it's they're really the spirit of the place, not in the vineyard.
Now, what is this you're pouring?
This is our flagship wine. We call it the Summit, ironically.
That is ironic.
This is a Bordeaux blend. It's our flagship wine. Made about 1,150 cases of this. Went to market with it a little earlier this year. It's Cab Merlot, Cab Franc, Malbec, and Petit Verdot.
It's sort of your Bordeaux
blend. Traditional Alpha.
Where did you get the idea to call it Summit? Sorry.
Just open your eyes, and yeah, that one kind of answers itself.
It sure does. It's a powerful, complex nose.
One of the things about growing grapes in this environment and making wines in the fashion that we do, which is a little unusual for Bordeaux and for the Rhones that we also make up here, because they're traditional Burgundian winemaking techniques that I employ. Because I'm really a Pinot guy.
Let's talk about your winemaking techniques, because they're not traditional winemaking techniques, are they?
Not traditional to these grapes.
Right.
So small open top fermentations, punched down by hand, basket press. We don't use pumps.
Everything by hand, pretty much, as little equipment as possible.
It's true. Nothing's moved. Everything's moved by gravity. So native fermentations, we don't add yeast or ML bacteria. Everything is just as it comes in out of the vineyard, and we let her rip. Just trying to capture this place in its purest form. And anyway, when it works well.
Well, again, I get an incredibly strong, vibrant nose, and then on the palate, it's just the fruit is just so expressive, and so you could just tell it's quality fruit. It's just there's not a lot of other things going on in terms of oak or heavy-handedness. It's just like really pretty fruit. It's not a Pinot, but it does taste like it was treated with gentle hands somehow. Does that sound right?
Yeah, no, and I think that's exactly what I want it to taste like. Cabs and cab-based blends can be pretty monolithic, especially when they're young, like this wine is.
And this is not big or singular or any of those things that I would normally associate with certainly a Napa Cab. This is a really nice wine.
Thanks. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Mine's all gone. What's the other bottle?
So we've got our Cab Reserve, 2006. This is more of an intellectual exercise for me.
Why do you say that?
Single varietal wines like this, made from a single vineyard, much like all my Pinots at Sojourn, are not necessarily going to be the best wines you could ever make with these grapes. The first wine we had, you've got so many different varietals, and they're all filling in holes from each other, and they're creating complexity and
complementing each other.
With Cab, you don't have those tools. So it's really about, this is the best, most complete wine I can make using one grape from one place.
You feel like that limits you?
It is, but you know, surprisingly, you can still do a pretty good job. So, you tell me. So this is 06, 100% cab, all from here, and this wine actually won't be released until this fall.
Really? So we're getting a little sneak peek here.
Sneak peek. Made about 400 cases of this.
We got another very sort of concentrated nose, very. And I'm not sure what I'm getting. It's almost like it's some of those other characteristics you get in a cab, like almost like a caramel. Aside from the fruit, I'm getting definitely something behind it. I can't tell exactly what it is.
A little bit of vanilla, it's almost milk chocolate, I think, in this wine some taste. And after you get some air.
And that same characteristic, the vanilla or chocolate behind the fruit is evident in the palate as well, and it's a tasty wine, sir.
Thank you. A little bigger frame to it, being 100% Cabernet.
Mm-hmm.
But pretty approachable. I think the tannins are pretty smooth and silky, and achieve that principle that Craig and I.
Yeah, again, the mouthfeel is just nice. Tannins are just kind of like tapering off very slowly. That is fantastic, sir.
Cheers.
Eric, you had us drive a half hour up to the top of the mountain, and it was worth every bit of it. Thank you so much.
Thanks for coming. Appreciate
Cheers.
it. Cheers.